I am particularly outraged today.
Because of what happened last week, I presume.
I am not familiar with any events from last week.
Really? So you're telling me that you're completely oblivious to any major historical occurrences from May 30th, 2024?
Nope, doesn't ring a bell.
So you don't remember at all that your hero Donald Trump is now officially a convicted felon?
Who? Never heard of them.
Oh really? That's awfully convenient. Isn't this you right here like 2 summers ago?
Anyway, today we are going to talk about a sinful virus that is ravaging the purity of America, God's chosen country.
Wait, is that in the Bible somewhere? Does God celebrate the 4th of July with fireworks and cheap beer?
I am speaking, of course, about OnlyFans, a website that allows young heathens to expose themselves for money.
I'm pretty sure OnlyFans is just an evolution of pornography, which has been around forever, and the world hasn't exactly ended yet. So...
Pornography in any form is sinful and wrong, and anyone who has participated in its creation should immediately be imprisoned.
Well, that's a little extreme even for you. Wait a minute. Why are you suddenly raging against porn and porn stars?
I have always been vehemently against smut and the people who act in it. They are destroying America. As of last week.
You know, I think it's quite the coincidence that since Trump's conviction, you suddenly have a beef with porn stars.
Oh no, I have always been opposed to the willing exposure of sexual acts for money. I believe that it is wrong.
You only believe that it's wrong because you decided it was wrong. Nowhere in any religious doctrine does it say, "Thou shalt not watch Pornhub." I mean, can you even define pornography anymore? There are so many weird fetishes online these days that anything from popping a balloon to a picture of a foot can be considered porn by modern standards.
Why would anyone ever want to pop a poor innocent balloon?
It's one of those off-the-wall fetishes. I think they're called lunars or something.
Wow, what monsters. This problem is much worse than I thought.
I'm failing to see how it's a problem at all. You didn't even know that existed until 10 seconds ago, and never once has it affected your life whatsoever.
Excuse me. Demanding that other people make changes in their lives to accommodate my personal beliefs is called being a true American.
Oh right, I forgot. Go ahead then. Tell us what everyone is doing wrong.
Well, for starters, OnlyFans, which was launched in 2016, forgoes the traditional heathen pornographic industry and allows anyone to upload their own sinful depictions of human copulation in the form of explicit pictures and videos. This is done in the hopes of earning revenue through deviants signing up and paying for access to their individual pages.
Well, we can't have that now. Like, imagine if there was a website where anyone could just post a show online to try and earn some extra income without going through the traditional channels and studio contracts and all that.
Exactly. That would be very dangerous and, like OnlyFans, could expose children to perverted behavior that could potentially corrupt their minds.
Oh dear God, here we go with a think of the children argument yet again. You know, for a single guy with no kids, you sure do spend an unusual amount of time thinking about children.
First of all, I was indeed a father in one of our previous episodes.
To a rock, for 5 minutes, and then you broke it.
Okay, yes, but that doesn't change the fact I am simply trying to improve the future of our world.
Fair enough. So we should start investing in green energy and putting more money into public education, correct?
Well, no, not like that.
So let me get this straight. You think that the Earth literally boiling alive, which is currently killing people left and right in places like India, is less of an existential threat to humanity than some random girls selling videos of themselves twerking online?
Well, nobody really cares about India.
I'm pretty sure the billions of people who live in India care about India. And if we don't act now, it won't just be them getting their shit kicked in by climate change, it'll be us too. I mean, how many fucking tornadoes have already killed dozens of Americans this year alone?
You are right. We must indeed act now. That's why many states have been attempting aggressive legislation to restrict access to online pornography.
I swear to Christ, this country has the dumbest priorities.
In fact, Senator Ted Cruz has gone a step further and has even supported a ban of sexual aids in his state of Texas, stating that there is no substantive due process right to stimulate one's genitals for non-medical purposes unrelated to procreation.
Didn't Ted Cruz literally get caught publicly liking a porn clip on Twitter?
Well, yes, but I shall choose to ignore that and blame it on his staff.
Yeah, I kinda blame it on his staff too, but not the same type of stuff you're talking about.
I do not understand.
Nothing, just move on already.
Currently, only 8 states have had the guts to stand up to evil porn sites, including the most widely known of all, Pornhub, a site that specializes in extremely loud ads for pills that can increase seminal volume and for advertising totally real single women near you. Recently, these states have instituted laws requiring strict identification verification requirements. These regulations are meant to keep children away from viewing shameful media, but many users have complained about the newfound difficulty of access, and as a result, Pornhub has decided to simply block its website in the given states.
It's a First Amendment issue. The states making certain sites, despite doing nothing illegal, more difficult to access than others, is literally the government punishing free speech. This isn't the same as Facebook privately deciding not to allow election disinformation. This is literally the government stepping in and telling people what they can and can't do based off their own preferences. It's like if Biden suddenly decided to punish everyone who made fun of his age, or if Trump floated the idea of taking away the press passes of anyone who might be slightly mean to him. Only one of those actually happened, by the way.
First of all, I only pay attention to the First Amendment when I need it as a crutch to justify dangerous rhetoric. Second, all the states are asking are for users to verify their information before browsing their favorite sexually explicit materials. All you need is a photo ID, social security number, your address, and a credit card.
Do you really want to hand over all of your personal identifying information right before browsing videos of cartoon porn or lesbian cheerleaders shoving cucumbers up their assholes? The porn that people choose to watch is deeply personal, and more importantly should remain private if they choose to keep it so. Privacy and discretion are two of the bedrock offerings of a trustworthy adult entertainment site. Yet here's a bunch of prudish old fucks in the government coming around to tell you that you can't watch it unless you tell them exactly what you're watching and when. Sure, it may not technically be a ban, but it's effectively the same thing. It's just one more right, the right to free expression, that's being taken away by the supposed party of freedom, right next to books and contraceptives.
Anyway, for those of you who may have children at home and are concerned that they may be observing unclean images, there is luckily a phone app endorsed by House Speaker Mike Johnson that will alert you whenever your child is looking at pornography. This app is called Covenant Eyes and can be used to ensure that your family remains as pure as possible.
Ah yes, because punishing people, especially hormonal teenagers, for attempting to explore their sexuality has never once backfired ever.
Oh, so now you are endorsing the idea of children looking at porn. You are indeed sick, according to my straw man argument.
Now I'm endorsing the idea that maybe parents should actually talk to their kids about these issues, instead of just screaming at the government to cover for their own shitty parenting. Besides, do you realize how large of an industry pornography has become? Especially with platforms like OnlyFans? I mean, it's really become a financial lifeline for thousands of Americans, which I don't need to remind you is desperately needed, given the current state of the economy.
What do you mean?
In case you didn't notice, housing costs have doubled or even tripled around most of the United States, while the federal minimum wage hasn't budged an inch in decades. People literally cannot afford to live. I mean, holy shit, the average salary for an elementary school teacher can't even afford a cheap apartment anymore. So it's no wonder people have turned to other revenue streams, which platforms like OnlyFans provide. In fact, most people who post on OnlyFans are just trying to supplement their income so they can make ends meet. One teacher in particular was able to bring home over $1 million at one point, in addition to her standard teaching salary.
That is a lot of money.
It is indeed. It's too bad you think OnlyFans is sinful and wrong,